So, Commissioner Füle, quite a lot of interest to the Western Balkans again, but the reports didn't show quite of optimism this year. What do you think needs to be done more? And do the Commission needs to do more?
I think, first of all, we need to keep enlargement alive, even at the time of the economic crisis, and we are in the not only economic crisis and financial one. The enlargement is important. It has always be not a part of the problem, but a part of the solution. And if you look at the past of the European Union, it's a history of the two interrelated processes, deeper integration and extension of the membership. And I think it would be a mistake, despite the impact of the current crisis in Euro, to believe that we could separate these two processes. So this is one thing. The second thing, I think if the report is about something, it is about increased efforts from the Commission side to propose a various creative way how to keep the focus of our partner countries on the reforms. We have launched a various high-level dialogue, structured dialogue with Turkey, positive agenda. And third element which is needed, the countries in the region, but also the member states, but first of all the countries of the region, they need to understand that the enlargement, particularly at this point in the time, needs to be a reform-driven process and not a political-driven process. The political will cannot substitute for the lack of the vision and first of all for the lack of the reforms or for the lack of implementation of the reform steps.
Do you think that the countries from the region realize that they have been given a chance and that they should do more to overcome the shadow that Bulgaria and Romania cast over the enlargement?
I think I see a number of the reasons why it is not that easy for them to see it. They have their own economic, social problems. They see the European Union in the crisis mode. They see us talking quite clearly that the lessons learned needs to be taken into account and that we are not after just the ticking boxes but after the track record. But it would be a mistake to conclude that the European Union is giving up the enlargement and it would be a mistake to lose the face. But there was one more issue we have discussed today, because one thing is to discuss about these issues in general way, about certain politics, and another issue is to talk about a very concrete issue which has a tremendous impact on the whole region and on the citizens. I'm talking about the visa-free regime with the Western Balkan countries, with the exception of Kosovo, with the Schengen area. The meeting is taking place here in Warsaw at the same time where the interior ministers having Justice and Home Affairs Council in Luxembourg, where the discussion is being expected to focus also, among other things, on the increased numbers of unfounded asylum seekers. And I made a plea here to all the foreign ministers from the region. Please, the situation is serious, okay? You have a certain responsibilities that has been given to you together with the visa-free regime. Make sure that this regime is not being misused. Make sure that the member states are not being pushed to think whether actually halting the whole process of freezing is not how to tackle this increasing number of unfounded asylum seekers.
Do you think that the support from the member states, and especially major member states, is fading? You see now many countries, especially Germany and some other countries, are raising the issue of this visa-free regime and the applications, and also Germany is so restrained in terms of Croatia's readiness.
No, I don't see that. I see a bigger focus. I see the discussion being more open and more frank, and I think this is good, because what is on our mind is the credibility of the process. But I don't see, because of that discussion, anyone sort of stepping back and questioning the commitment to the enlargement. And the Commission is ready to do its utmost that it's not the case also in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.